You're watching the Golf Course Television Network. Experience the whole story of the Rio Pinar Golf Club, presented by PXG. Nobody makes golf clubs like we do, period. Before we tee off, let me get you up to speed on the first hole here at Rio Pinar Golf Club. This par 5 is a slight dogleg left, and you're going to need 3 good shots to get onto the green. Off the tee, length doesn't really matter. You just need to end up in the fairway. The same goes for your second shot. The fairway, it starts to narrow around 300 yards out, but it shouldn't be an issue. When we get closer to the green, we're going to have to deal with a creek that runs across the fairway, so you'll want to lay up short of that. On your approach, let's avoid that big bunker short and right of the green, and then a par is in play. This hole is another dogleg, but this one goes to the right. If you want, you can try to bite off as much of the bend as you want, but I'm going to be playing out to the left. Those 2 bunkers on the left side of the fairway, they're in play. The first one starts at about 145 yards from the green. The second one, it's about 120 out. If you can split the difference between the bunker and the trees on the right, you'll be fine. On our approach shots, we're going to have to avoid those 2 bunkers on the front of the green. If you need a bailout, go deep, and you can still get up and down. This one's another par 4, and man, it's a beast, 420 from the tips. Now I know you're going to want to grip it and rip it, but it's probably not the best play. There's water that runs along the hole on the left, and right, well, it's not much better unless you want to see some squirrels. Let's focus on golf and keep it in the middle. On our approaches, stay away from that bunker short and left. This green, it's kind of long and skinny, so try to land it on the front of the green and then let it run out to the hole. Are you as excited as I am to see a par 3? Well, don't get too excited just yet. This hole is protected by a pair of bunkers in front. I know we're not far from the ocean, but let's not visit the beach until we're done. There's a bailout back right, and if you end up there, you can still get up and down, so it's not a bad option if you miss the green. All right, it's time for another dogleg left. If you can bust out that draw that you've got, this is the time to do it. I like to try to hug the tree line on the left to cut a few yards off, and if I miss, I'm generally out in the middle of the fairway. The end of the trees on the left are 185 yards out, and that fairway bunker, it's not really in play. This green is also long and skinny with a couple of bunkers surrounding it. That one on the right, man, it's nasty. I've been there, done that. I don't ever want to do it again. Let's get a 2-putt par here and keep moving. Are you getting tired of me telling you that the fairways are tight here at Rio Pinar? Well, it is what it is, and this par 4, it's not any different. On top of that, they put that long bunker on the right side of the fairway just to make it a little more challenging. It starts about 210 from the green and ends about 175 yards from the middle. On your approach, I'd suggest playing for the middle of the green, and let's see what we can do with our putters. I am always happy with a 4 here. This hole is the longest on the course, and, well, since neither one of us has our tour cards, it's a 3-shot hole, so there's no need to try and be a hero. Off the tee, the only thing you have to do is make sure that you get to the bend, which is 320 yards from the green. If you go too long, you're going to end up in the trees, but I know you got this. Since we're not getting home in 2, play to a number that you like for your approach shot, and just make sure you don't come up short or you'll be digging your way out of the beach. This is a great hole, and a 5 is going to look awesome on the scorecard. Is it time for a selfie? Here, give me your phone and I'll take a quick one with the green behind you and the lake on the side. This par 3, it's straight away, but it's kind of long. The green is surrounded by a pair of huge bunkers, and my advice to you, avoid them at all costs. Getting in, that's easy. Getting out, not so much. There's a bailout short and right, and that's going to be your best chance to get up and down if you miss the green. Stop me if you've heard this story before. This fairway is tight with big trees on both sides of the fairway. There's no rest for the weary here, but I know you got this. Let's play down the left side of the fairway to give ourselves the best angle to the green. That clearing on the left, well, it gives you a little extra room if you need it. It starts at 180 yards from the green, but the trees are back at about 130 from the hole. With a wedge or short iron, let's go after this pin. Make a par here, and I'll buy you a frosty cold drink on the way to the back nine. You're watching the Golf Course Television Network, powered by Reach Golf Media and presented by PXG. Nobody makes golf clubs like we do, period. We hope you enjoyed the first 9 holes. Stick around after you get through all 18 to hear about the PXG experience in Scottsdale, Arizona. Good stuff. Just like number 1, we're starting off this 9 with a dogleg par 5. Now, I've tried to cut the corner in the past, and trust me, it's virtually impossible, so I suggest play it smart. Those 2 bunkers on either side of the fairway, they start about 250 yards from the green, so let's play short and we'll be fine. Now, if you want to go for the gusto, you can go for it on your second shot, but if you miss it right, you're going to end up in the drink. On your approach, avoid those bunkers short of the green, and you'll be set up to start off this 9 with a par. Have you lost count of how many doglegs there are on this course? Well, here's another one. But you've got choices. Playing to the right is safer, but you run the risk of ending up in the woods. Play to the left, and you bring a greenside bunker into play on your approach shot. The bend starts at about 180 yards from the green, but after that, it's pretty pedestrian. That bunker that I was talking about on the left of the green, man, it's no bueno. So let's stay away from that and get out of here with a 2-putt par. All right, I've got some good news and some bad news about this par 3. It's the shortest hole on the course. That's the good. The bad, well, as you can see, it's pretty much all carry all the way to the green. That's a bummer, dude. And if that's not enough, look at those 3 bunkers surrounding the green. If you want to give me a 3 now, I will gladly take it. And if you make one here, you'll be my hero. This par 4, it's a shorty, but you have to keep it in the fairway off the tee, and you definitely want to avoid that bunker on the left side of the fairway. It starts at 130 yards from the middle of the green, and the back end, that's about 110 out. If you can hit a fade, and I know you can, this would be the time to do it, and then you'll just be looking at nothing more than a wedge or a short iron in. We haven't had a lot of chances for a birdie, so let's take advantage of this one for sure. Man, I am so glad we're not starting here in a scramble, because this hole, it always makes my palms sweat and my heart race because, well, there's trouble all over this hole from here to the green. On your tee shot, you have to clear the water that cuts through the fairway, and if you go too far to the right, you're going to end up in that lake, which is about 180 yards from the green. After that, you just have to make sure you don't go left, because the water that we passed over goes all the way along to the green. If that isn't enough, there are two huge bunkers surrounding this green. This hole, it is a beast, but I love it. It's time for another par 5, a dogleg right, and yeah, there it is, another bunker at the bend. All right, here's what we got to do. That bunker starts at 275 yards from the green, and it ends about 250 from the center. So you can either play short or maybe hit a fade off the tee. From there, we're going to play it cool because going for the green, yeah, it's risky because there's more water cutting through the fairway just short of the green. If you do go for it, you may need another ball, or play smart, play short, and take your chances with a wedge in your hands. This par 3, it's pretty straightforward. What you see is what you get. The green, it's kind of long and skinny, and trust me, you do not want to go right or long. My suggestion? Play to the front part of the green and then let your ball run out to the hole. If you miss it, short is okay, and you can still get up and down from there for par. This par 4 isn't long, but man, there's a lot to focus on from here. There's only one way to get past that water cutting through the fairway, and that's to go over it. You don't have to be a big bomber, though, to do it. The far side of the water, it's just 180 yards from the green, so take a deep breath, swing easy, you'll be fine. If you end up on the short grass, all you'll have left is a wedge or short iron in your hands to go at the pin. You'll have to avoid those two bunkers, but after clearing the water off the tee, that should be a breeze. This par 4 is it. A cold one and a bite to eat. They're right around the corner after we get past this dogleg left. Okay, so if you're feeling bold, play down the left side of the fairway, or you can aim for the middle or right part of the fairway if you want to be safe. That bunker on the right starts at 195 yards from the green, and it ends about 170 from the center. With bunkers on 3 sides of the green, we're going to have to be on target with our approach shots if we want to finish with a par. So, who's buying? Me or you? You've been watching the Golf Course Television Network powered by Reach Golf Media. We reach golfers. To sponsor a course near you, visit us at reachgolfers.com. And now, a message from this course sponsor.